Fine. Fine.
Concentrate
fine.
now.
Fine. Fine.
Not too quick.
It comes as a surprise in a catering college to find courses in social care and early childhood education. These students here are involved in creative drama and improvisation, exploring the domain of feelings.
Back to normal. Peter out. Very good, well done, very good.
In the Georgian splendour of Great Denmark Street, in an annex of the college, Dr. Mona Hearn is head of the School of Home and Social Sciences.
We don't think of the people we are training. We think of them as people who are caring in a way which encourages development in the people that they are looking after.
But I just have a freeze, 3 freezes, where you have a care center, maybe the place where we are going to, imagine what it is like. So one group over here of about 5, 6 people. And
those who study in Dr. Hearn's school have to be comfortable with themselves as well as outgoing. These students, for their future work in the field of caring, are developing their skills towards being sensitive to other people's feelings.
1, 2, 3, and freeze!
In their training, too, artwork is important, as is craft, like pottery. For those who will be employed in childcare, care of the aged and the physically and mentally handicapped, the tutor in this area, Leslie Cassels, knows this only too well.
The language of art is important for children, especially for children with special needs. Often it's the only means of expression they have. Verbal language often is not appropriate for them. So the students here, in order to help children, the students have to just understand the process for themselves. So they do all kinds of work, all kinds of exercises in class each week to help with an understanding of that process.
Under the old walls of Dublin, St Audwin's National School has a preschool and health project in hand. This is a deprived area of the city where children must develop skills in language and motor movements before entering the normal process of schooling.
The status, especially of preschool childcare, is probably not very high in this country, and it would be wonderful if there was more recognition of the value of preschool, good quality preschool care in Ireland. There are different types of facilities, but a lot of them would be maybe privately run creches, Montessori schools, but on the whole we would be quite unusual.
Brenda Kenny, a graduate of Cathal Brugha St.
The course there provided you with insights into the psychology of a young child, their moral development, like the family, the sociology of the family, and early education and children's literature. Really every aspect that's relevant to the preschool child was covered in the course.
With the college situated in the inner city, beside an area like Sean McDermott Street, Dr. Hearn hasn't far to look for her agenda. And Sean McDermott Street saw the college embark on a unique application of the old convention of town and gown. Those who have lived in this deprived area must have wondered at what passed in the college up the street, and they did. 2 housewives were to become extramural students in a short course on cooking to a tight budget.
Going through those doors was a great thing, to be honest now. And the man on the door, he even said, didn't think we'd ever see you here. But anyway, we went in, and we were all welcome. There was people there from the college. They brought us into the room, shook our hands, set us down. It was the first night we went to, we only got to meet these people and a cup of tea and smoke. So then we started a course. We done homemade soup for our first week, and pizzas was the very first week we done. And we only had to bring 50 pence per pound, and they supplied the stuff, and we cooked it, and then we brought it home for our children to eat.
Sheila King, a mother of 3, was one of the students on this first course, and she was joined by her friend from around the block, a mother of 7, Patricia Keogh. A further course is planned.
1 week we done how to use leftovers, like leftover chicken and, like from the Sunday. One time I used to just give to the dog or whatever, any meats, but now they learned us how to make curries and, or even a chicken stew or anything like that. We learned budgeting as well. I find I can manage my money a lot more now than when I used to be able to. Don't borrow as much off my mother as I used to. But talking when this girl that came in with the childcare, about putting up a roster and having the children helping around the house and that, and like getting their own little jobs going and wherever.
Does it work?
Basically, oh yeah, yeah. It's great now.
The college also offers foundation skills in catering for a small group of work options students, a division of St Michael's House in Dublin. These students are mildly handicapped, but they're being prepared for useful employment in the mainstream of hotel kitchens as assistants. One more example of an interesting outgrowth of a college that is associated primarily with the study of the world of catering.
Tonight, Clifford's...
For those in the catering and hotel industry, Paris is their mecca. The food market to the French is a sacred place where you tread softly past the fruits of earth, vine and sea. Handle with care. Let your conversation be in whispers. Cathal Brugha from Kilcar in Donegal wasn't the first to fall for its seductions.
In the last few years, it's a fantastic situation where Paris, which didn't have one Irish pub 12 years ago, has now 15 approximately.
Cathal graduated from Cathal Brugha St 25 years ago. His auberge de France off the Rue de Rivoli combines bar and restaurant, a marriage of Irish and French. The prestigious French paper Le Monde praised the restaurant for, amongst other things, its music.
It takes a lot of training to serve food. It's a very complex process. Whereas a pub, it's simpler. You put an Irishman behind a bar without training, and he's 50% to being a professional.
Connell's wife, Manuela, is from the Cape Verde Islands and they've one son. Connell is a Francophile.
In a French cafe, you serve coffee with the waiter. In an Irish bar, the waiter serves words. You have to learn French and get to know the French. They're wonderful people, very nice. The key word in France is sympathique, or Italian simpatico. There's no English word for that. To get to know them, you have to make a big effort.